You might have come across gambling content like this on social media, even if you're under the legal gambling age of 18. And many young people reckon it's having an impact.
Yeah, I'd say a little bit. When like a creator posts that they want like 20 grand, it's like, oh, I wish I could do that.
It definitely, the advertising is definitely influencing people to go out and gamble or risk money.
Since the influencers, they're definitely going to influence others to gamble.
See, in Australia, 18 to 24-year-olds are actually the least likely adult age group to gamble. But unfortunately, they're the most likely of any group to suffer from harmful gambling.
I think the most important thing to remember is that no generation in our history has been bombarded with so much gambling promotion and advertising as the current generation of young people, 18 to 24-year-olds. And we're starting to see that bombardment play out in real time, I think.
There are rules around gambling ads on free-to-air TV and streamed sports events online. But online gambling content from celebrities or social media influencers is almost entirely unregulated in Australia, even for creators with large fan bases of children.
The Nelk Boys are really big. They promote a lot of it, and Sharmy, who's an Australian guy, he promotes it a lot. Yeah.
I think Mr. Beast, with like buying his merchandise, he'll say like, oh, I'm giving away like $1,000 to whoever buys this t-shirt.
If you buy one of our limited edition 40 mil special shirts, then we will sign that shirt, and some of them will get random prizes like this.
Even the kids are like, oh, I might get the signed t-shirt, that sort of stuff, and that incentivizes them to like join a lottery, I think they're called.
A study funded by the Australian Research Council last year interviewed 64 children aged 12 to 17 and found that marketing strategies like sponsoring celebrities and social media influencers have made gambling feel fun, normal, and even safe. And gambling companies aren't shying away from spending big on social media stars.
Talk Tour is brought to you by Better Picks.
You know, these companies are not idiots. They're not going to throw money away. I think social media is a really influential channel in many ways, as you know, and it's the preferred medium for most young people, I think.
One of the most lucrative individual sponsorship deals is with rapper Drake, who signed a more than $150 million per year deal with gambling company Stake in 2022, promoting the company through live streams, posts and giveaways for his millions of fans.
You know, they're doing sort of, I wouldn't call it aggressive marketing, but you know, it's very new, you know.
Anita Maxwin.
Yeah, I think with the amount of money they earn and stuff like that, they're obviously able to gamble a lot more, and I think that's what's sort of influencing kids, that they think that, yeah, it's a normal thing.
I wouldn't say they're normalising it, because I don't think he would be saying like, oh, go gamble, like as soon as you're legal to do it, go do it, like sort of thing.
But I don't think he's saying don't do it either.
Yeah.
And I think that's sort of where he sits on the fence with it, like, yeah.
And I feel like it's promoting it to an audience that may not have like realistic expectations about gambling, may not have like the prior knowledge, would be pretty harmful.
I feel it's pretty scummy, especially when the content's towards a younger audience.
But then again, people like Drake, like they have a lot of adults too watching them, so I think it's 50-50.
I think money corrupts people, but I don't think they should be allowed to be corrupted in that way in the first place. There should be laws put in place that say you can't advertise, you can't push this drug onto people who don't even really know what it is yet.
In some European countries now, if you're a prominent personality or someone of influence, then promoting gambling is forbidden. It's pretty clear that it is a particularly invidious form of promotion, particularly for young people, and that it has big effects on encouraging people to put up bets on. And that's why some countries are starting to take a pretty serious hardline approach, and I think we should do that in Australia too.
Gambling advertising has been a big issue for the government in recent years. And in August last year, they put forward a gambling reform plan that included a social media blackout. But we're now just months away from an election, and it's looking increasingly unlikely that anything will happen before then.
Well, whether it's the LP or LNP, they definitely should be doing a lot more to I suppose, negate the influence on especially the youth, but just people in general, you know.
I think obviously on an international scale it's a bit difficult, but you think about in Australia, all of the gambling ads, they always have that afterwards, such a jarring, like, chances are you're going to lose.
chances are you're about to lose.
And I think something like that, where it really sort of takes you out of it and does make you think, is a good thing, yeah.
I don't think there's any way to really regulate it. Like, it's just they kind of post on social media, you can't really stop them.
I think a blanket ban would just upset a lot of people, but I think that small limitations adding up to a larger ban eventually would be good.
I think it's hugely addictive and I can understand why, and that's the danger of it. And so if we can try, you know, we wouldn't be dangling drugs in front of people on TV, would we? So why we, that's what I think.